Good evening and welcome to March 16, 2026 Board of Public Health and Safety. All rise for pledge of allegiance led by Jim Barrett.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you please remain standing for invocation.
Greetings on 3:16. The Bible shares John 3:16, and most people relate to that, so thank you for inviting me. Gracious God, our loving Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that you have given us to worship you and to fellowship with you and to work amongst this community in doing the deeds that we need to take care of today. We ask your blessing upon us as we continue with this meeting. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome everyone. We'll begin with roll call.
Becky Gibson.
Present.
Diana Phillips. Present. Jim Barrett.
here.
Okay, everyone has the minutes of the March 2nd meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Move on down to new business. First off, we have Alicia with the shelter looking to do a boot drive.
I am Alicia Wedding. I'm the executive director of the shelter, and we're requesting to have a boot drive Saturday, May 30th, and Saturday, September 26th, from 10 to 3 at 6th and Central, 6th and Grand, and 24th and Grand.
I move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Excuse me, sorry. Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Director Wilson is out there at the street department. You get with him on the safety now.
Okay.
Okay, next we have Rosemary with her 2-year checks to be voided. Rosemary,
Just need permission to vote.
these are checks that have not been cashed in over 2 years, is that correct? So they just need to be voided.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Up next, we have John with TV3. He has an AI policy he'd like to institute at the TV3 studios.
So, with all the AI that's out there right now, what I have noticed is that the public is quickly becoming reluctant to believe anything that they see on video and audio. And one of the most important things is that the community, when they watch TV3 programming and watch live meetings, is that they know that that's exactly what it is. So I created an AI policy. My board went through it, and when I'll bring it to you for approval, I can go through it.
John,
We haven't had a chance
we
to-
should have had a resolution number attached to this for approval.
Okay, that's not my area.
I know. So,
You want to hold off on it?
To put in their handbook.
no, it just needs to be a resolution.
Go through it, then we'll do a resolution next time.
Okay.
You handwrite what the resolution number is oftentimes. I don't have any issues if you're okay with it, just writing resolution 26 dash. I'm not saying we have to, Rosemary. I'm just saying,
Just go through it. We'll do the resolution next time.
okay.
The main purpose is the header. TV3's primary mission is to ensure transparent public access to governmental proceedings. AI tools shall not interfere with or alter official public records or public meeting coverage. That is the primary goal of the AI policy. We do use AI occasionally. We use it for graphic creation, audio creation, some voiceover work occasionally, but that is always in promotional material or things that would not be including, that would not be meeting coverage. Each of these different areas, I mean, we talk about purpose, the scope, which is includes both full-time as well as volunteers that we may have at Channel 3. And then, of course, it must comply with governing legal framework, which at the end, we actually having the policy to review it annually so that the board can take a look at it, see if there's any changes in the way that the law, as in respect to that. Again, The main primary goal is Section 4, integrity of government broadcasts. And in accordance with the Indiana Open Door Law, public meetings must remain open and accessible. When meetings are live streamed or broadcast, AI shall not alter, enhance, edit, summarize, or modify official meeting footage in a manner that changes any meaning, context, or record integrity. That means we don't use it at all. I included in here, AI may not generate, substitute, or simulate meeting footage. Now, I brought that up because that's a very possible thing. With the software we even have with Adobe products, it allows us the ability to do that. And I'm very much against that. There's no reason to ever change, alter, or anything in a public meeting. So that's the primary focus of it. We would also, pursuant to the Indiana Access and Public Records Act, make sure that recorded meetings may constitute public records. AI tools may assist in transcription or indexing, which that's in there because YouTube does that. YouTube uses AI. So in that respect, for indexing and the way that things are created, as well as anything that YouTube does in the creation of, and we'll get to that here in a minute, captioning or accessibility requirements. So YouTube may use AI in the creation of the closed captioning. That is something that is beyond our ability to control, obviously. That is something that, again, would be something that YouTube would do. So that's addressed in here. If it is something that is egregiously wrong and someone brings it to our attention, we will correct it. We can go into YouTube and manually correct what is created by AI. So that is something that's possible, although most of the time it's fairly accurate. Section 5 is approved uses of AI, and I'll go through that real quick. Script drafting for non-governmental meeting content, promotional graphic design and creation, meeting transcription assistance. Again, that's YouTube, uses AI to create that. Metadata tagging and archive indexing, audio cleanup, and again, that would not be for governmental use in government meetings. Grant writing support with review, and workflow optimization. Prohibited uses, Section 6, fabricate and simulate statements from elected officials, we would not do that. Create misleading depictions of government meetings, we will not do that. Modify official public meeting footage, upload confidential executive session materials into external AI systems, we will not do that. We also don't tape those anyway, so that would be fine. Circumvent statutory public access requirements, and replace required live streaming coverage with automated summaries or AI rendered substitutes. We would not do that. Pretty much covers the meetings. There's a part that covers data security and government information protection, which means, we will not upload any type of executive session, as well as any financial data or anything like that that's non-public. Let's see, this would cover students and volunteer use. Let's see, transparency commitment. TV3 exists to promote informed civic engagement. AI may enhance efficiency, but it shall never replace full public meeting coverage, accurate record retention, and neutral, unbiased governmental presentation. Compliance and enforcement is addressed there, which that would primarily have to do with volunteers, of course. If they were to misuse that, then we would take away their ability to access it. And the last section is annual policy review. Any questions?
Just a quick comment, I think it's a very good thing that you've done, because I think in the future, this is going to be a real problem.
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's why we need to get out ahead of it now and
Yes.
set policies. I think that, right now, we're looking at video being the big one because you can't trust what you see anymore online. There's so much that just looks very realistic, and it's of course not. So by having this policy, that protects us, it protects the public, and lets them know that transparency and accuracy is foremost.
Appreciate the work you've done on this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chief Scott.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
I'm asking the board to approve the promotion of Officer Russell. Officer Russell has previously before Russell came to the police department. Officer Russell served in active duty in the United States Air Force from 2015 to 2020. During his service, he earned Air Force Achievement Medals to recognize his performance. While enlisted, he also completed several specialty schools, including the non-commissioned officer training academy. 2008, further development of his leadership and professional skills. Officer Russell also worked in the Fayette County Jail prior to becoming a police officer here in Connersville. Officer Russell has also demonstrated dedication, professionalism, and commitment to the mission of the department. This promotion reflects his confidence in his leadership ability and continue to serve this department. As a lieutenant, Russell will also assume increased supervision responsibilities and will assist in overseeing department operations while supporting the standards of the Connersville Police Department. The department is confident that Lieutenant Russell will continue to serve the community with integrity in his new role. So and to be promoted to the rank of lieutenant.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
I want to hold our breath against you.
We appreciate that.
We will do this in
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, up next we have department reports. We'll start with John Powers. TV3. Up and down, up and down.
I'm back. I think I got the camera situated correctly. For February, we had 11 hours, 40 minutes of meeting production, 12 hours, 58 minutes of original production. On YouTube, we had 16,665 views, or 2,245 hours of watch time, with 4,367 subscribers. Top content, the February 3rd County Council meeting, the Market Street Plaza live feed, and the Spartan basketball versus Franklin County. On Facebook, our top numbers for the month would be the police department with 311,245 views, followed by the parks at 162,245, and the city of Connersville page at 91,941, for a total of all departments of 793,121 views. So we're doing very well with reaching out there. Any questions?
Just got a quick comment. Why so many views for the police department?
A lot of that has to do with road conditions.
Oh, okay.
But I can tell you that anytime that, and they do a great job of posting about any type of local enforcement, big busts that they may do, people love to know that, and they share it. So it's great public outreach, and I think the park system does the same thing. They do extremely well of reaching out and letting people know, and they post often. That's the key. You have to get those posts out there frequently.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Harden.
Everyone should have a copy of my February 2026 monthly report. You notice the vehicle section I've changed a little bit. I realized I was doing it three different ways for three different groups or three different people. I'm like, let's try to consolidate this and save myself a little time. So it actually gives you more information. This is what I send to the city mechanic every month. So we had a total of 296 calls for service. That puts our year to date at 642. Puts us February of 25, we had 297. So we were just one under what we did last year, and we're within about 10 of what we historically do. See my fuel report. Basically, we're going through very, very little diesel fuel because all the primary trucks and the first backup is all gas now, so we don't go through hardly any diesel. We still have three diesel trucks, but they're backup, so they don't go through very much. I feel like I say this every year, that the Congress has extended the Medicare ambulance add-ons. They actually went for 23 months this time instead of a year. And it adds 2% for urban, 3% for rural, and 22.6% for super rural onto the base amount that we get for Medicare. So, and it's based on multiple things, including zip code. Most of our area is considered rural. It is not considered super rural. Would be like out west, like, you know, the Badlands of Dakotas or something like that. So then the last thing I have on here is the DEA's finally issued their final rules for Protecting Patient Access to Emergency Medication Act of 2017. Only took them like 9 years to get around to issuing how we're supposed to do this. So we've actually had our pharmacy license and DEA license for about 4 years. We're gonna have to make some minor tweaks, including they're actually changing the name of our license. I don't exactly know why, but that's what they've come up with. So we're gonna have to eventually apply to have that license, just the name changed. It doesn't really affect anything that I have been able to determine. So. But we did upgrade last year. We added a program called LogRx, and it tracks all of our medications from the time that I first lay hands on them to the point in time that they're used or disposed of. We track everything from the time we get it to the time it's gone out of our possession, which is now a requirement. It wasn't a requirement before, but it is now. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Steele.
Aye.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a lot tonight, so just to prepare you a little bit, a lot going on. So just for my report, I'll start there, and then I have some other things I'll add after my report. So some things we're working on right now is the Roberts Park Playground, Walking Path, and Skate Park. And I'm going to show you all of the pictures here in a minute as soon as I'm finished with everything on my report. But I just want to bring everybody up to speed on where we're at with that. We're at 90% construction, and we are hoping to plan a groundbreaking for the end of May or beginning of June. And that is if the continuing construction plans go as they're planned currently. And then the pickleball courts, we have a volunteer come in and ask if he could power wash the pickleball courts. And a couple years ago, he came and he power washed these grinding stones in the park, volunteer work. And so he walked in the other day and he said, you know, I've been looking at your pickleball courts and I've noticed that they need it. So he went to work. We did buy the supplies that he needed, the chemicals to do that, but he did all of the work at no cost. So they look great. We will have to eventually look at resurfacing those because the cracks are getting pretty bad. Even though we tried to fill them last year with the sealant, it didn't stick. So there are some pretty deep cracks in the pickleball courts. So that's probably something I'll have to look at in the future for redoing those. And then River's Edge groundbreaking, we are planning that on March 28th. They've actually been out there working the land currently as they can with this weather that we've been having. So it's already started, but on March 28th, we're actually going to have a ceremony for the groundbreaking. And that ceremony will begin at 2 p.m. And it will be pretty much right behind the soccer fields to the north of those. Because we're going to try and stay out of the construction path of River's Edge. So we'll just go just north of that location of the soccer fields. And then also on March 28th, that's our opening day for soccer. Soccer games usually begin at 9 a.m. And then after groundbreaking at 2 p.m., we will have a community Easter egg hunt following that. So we're guessing about 2:30 that will begin. We have a lot of donations. We've had some wonderful people step up and donate. So we have bikes to give away and baskets, Easter baskets filled with goodies. So the Easter eggs will have special slips in it to turn in so that they can receive an award or reward. So that will be on March 28th. Our Rec and Connect program is still offering open gym volleyball. The next one for this month is March 26th from 6 to 9 p.m. And then we'll also have it on April 2nd and April 23rd. We had a great turnout. People loved it. We had about 28 come for the first night that we offered open gym volleyball for our Rec and Connect program. So we're excited to continue that. And then this summer, we will offer a sand volleyball co-ed adult league. That was a request that people were wanting. So we'll take registrations for that as it gets closer to time. And then we are currently taking registrations for our youth co-ed sand volleyball league for this summer. This is a new league that we're going to offer. We've had some volunteer parents step up and say that they want to help manage this league, and so we said, sure, that would be great. So we've been working closely with them, and they've been helping us out a lot. We've passed out flyers to all the schools and the elementary schools in the community. And so we're hoping we'll have a good turnout for that. It's for grades 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and that is the grades that the kids will be entering in the fall. So not the current grades this year, but what they're entering in the fall. And then those games will probably be played on Tuesday evenings, starting at 5:30 in the evening. And if we have enough register, we hopefully will be able to have both of our 2 courts going at the same time. And then something we're doing, we thought we would offer this to the community. We have, and I apologize for my years on my report were off, but we are offering a t-shirt for the community that people can go and they can purchase for the anniversary celebrations of 250 for the United States and then 210 for Indiana. This year is also 15 years for Summer Discovery, so we're going to be doing some fun things this summer for that. But I brought a shirt here for you to see. So this is what it looks like, and we tried to incorporate some things that are in our park now with the grinding stones and the bridge and shelters. So those are for sale. It's actually online. It's an online website that you can go to. So we will be posting on our Facebook page the link to get to that online site so that people can go and purchase a shirt if they'd like. To have that memory of all of the special years that are happening this year. Just a few upcoming dates. We have March 27th is our deadline for baseball, softball, and t-ball registrations. And then I spoke about March 28th. March 30th, we did change our board meeting this month because of spring break. So our board meeting has been moved to March 30th. And that's for the park board meeting, and that'll be at 6:30 here. And then co-ed sand volleyball registrations are open now through April 10th. So that is what we have going on, and that's my report. Do you have any questions on my report?
A lot going on.
There is a lot going on. Yes, and so just to talk about some things that we have, this is River's Edge, and they, like I said, they've already started construction on River's Edge with the moving of the ground. There's a lot of leveling that has to be done for that back area. But as you can see, we are going to be putting in 3 baseball fields. And then we will be adding turf to those infields. So we're really excited about this. This is going to cut down on a tremendous amount of labor hours for the work that we do currently on our baseball fields on the infields. And then we have to usually cancel a lot of games if it's rained a lot, or like last year, all of the flooding that we had. And so by offering turf on the infields, we hopefully won't ever have to cancel games unless it's like lightning strikes or something like that. Because the fields on the infields will be permanent. So there won't be any maintenance to those that would need it. Now the outfields will be regular grass, so we will be mowing those. And then on right in the middle of those 3 fields, that's going to be our new location for the playground. We will be installing new pieces of playground equipment in the middle there. And then we will also be finishing out the completion of the concession stands and restrooms. It's kind of hollow right now, and so they will be completing that work on the inside of that. And then we will be putting in all of the parking spaces. And I don't know off the top of my head how many are there, but currently we have on Saturdays, over about 1,000 people that show up to the soccer fields. So this is gonna be plenty of parking for everybody that shows up for soccer, for baseball, and anything else that's going on down there at the soccer fields. And then that will wrap around the soccer fields as well. If you go out, there you go. Those 2 fields at the north side of the complex, they have added that into the plans, but this is not part of phase 1. We had to eliminate that part of phase 1 just due to the finances of the project. But they wanted to incorporate it in this plan so that in the future, we could put those in if we wanted to. And those will be multi-purpose fields, so soccer, football, or anything else that we may need to use it for. And then they will be reseeding the soccer fields as well as part of this project. And then they will do the parking down the side of the soccer fields and down around Veterans Memorial as well. So that is River's Edge. Anybody have any questions on this?
One thing people don't understand is the playground moved, but the reason we had to move it was we had to tear it down because it was not built to any playground standard. It would meet the DNR requirements, but not the national playground standard. So we had to really, I hate to say waste money, we had to redo that thing and then build one up to the new current standards. So that's why the playground had to get tore down. Then we also felt if we're gonna rebuild it, we might as well locate it where parents are gonna be. And right now, if parents are watching baseball, their kids are way across the street down by the woods, and as a parent, I wouldn't let my kids go play there. So now parents can keep their eye on the kids, it's all right in the middle, centrally located. So that's why the playground had to get moved.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see the parking area, because with soccer, a lot of times we have people parking on the highway and everything.
Oh, yes, and this hopefully will eliminate that. We should have plenty of parking now, once this is completed for everyone.
Good idea.
Mhm. And I did a live video out there today on Facebook just to show what's going on. I did explain a little bit about the playground because it has been removed. It's no longer standing. So I did a video today just to explain a little bit because I know that there will be questions on that. Okay, you can go to the next one. Okay, so this is Roberts Park. This is our next project that's going on. And this is part of the Lilly gift grant that we received. The first phase of that grant was to write our 5-year park plan. And then the second was the $5 million that we received. Part of it is for the playground and then the walking paths that we will be putting in the trails. So with this playground, it is going to be an all-inclusive playground meant for all ages, even adults. And we will have a swing set area, we will have a zip line area, and then we will have an area number 4. So I'll explain. Number 3 are the swing sets. Number 6 is the zip line, and then number 4 are like all different kinds of spinning pieces. So some of them are individual spinning pieces, and then some of them are group spinning pieces. And then number 8 is going to be just an open grass area. People can go and sit and have a picnic, or they can play catch or whatever they'd like to do in that area. And then number 5, I believe, is the, they're going to be like sensory pieces. So there'll be some sunflowers with sensory pieces on those. There'll be chalkboards, there'll be mazes that they can do, there'll be all kinds of things on that. And then the piece is not, it's not labeled, but just to the other side of number 8, that's going to be our musical area. And then number 7 is the toddler area. And then up at number 2 is going to be our large, very large playground unit that we're putting in. And it's called the Volo Air, and it's by Landscape Structures. I don't remember how tall it is, but it's over 20 foot tall. And so we're really excited about that. And then lots of slides, lots of climbing pieces. It's large enough for many children to play all at one time. And then we'll have some slides down around like number 11 and number 1 up there are some slides as well. Number 10 is going to be a seating area with some picnic tables. Number 17 is our gazebo that we currently have in the park that will be staying. And then scroll down or scroll out a little bit. Keep going. Number 16, that is our grinding stone monument that we have. That will be staying in its location. We'll just be able to, it'll be more pronounced now. People can see it. Now it's kind of, it doesn't really stand out on its own. And so this will give it a centerpiece, if you would. And then where it says number 9, 15, number 15 is our restrooms, but number 9 and around, that is the skate park pump track that's going in. And this is all going to be hopefully working all together with the construction. So we decided to make sure that when we do the construction that we did it all together. So that's a lot of the reason why that the skate park didn't get done last year like we thought it would. Plus the design took a little bit longer. We went back to the drawing board a couple times with some requests. And so then when we finalized it, we decided that it'd be best with all the groundwork that has to be done in this area that we just do it all at the same time. We will be, oh yeah, that's another view of the pump. So on the left-hand side here is going to be the skate track, skate park, and then on the right-hand side, that's the pump track. And you can use anything with wheels, just no motor attached. So you can do rollerblades, you can do skating, skateboards, bikes, anything like that. So
Scroll down, John, there should be some more views of that. There you go.
oh yeah, there you go. So those are just some different angles. For the skate park, we'll have a lot of different areas for tricks that they can do. We did bring in, last year, we offered the community to come into a public forum and they could express their opinions on what they'd like to see. And we had some professionals that skate and they gave us some great ideas. We also had some teenagers that had some requests as well. So it was great to see the different age varieties giving their opinions. And so there's a lot of people that are very excited about this. And then in the top right corner, you'll see those little humps. We're gonna do our best to incorporate the grinding stones that are already in the park into the different structure areas here at the skate park. So that's what you see there with the different humps. That's part of the grinding stones. So we are hoping that we can move those very gently and sit them in those different locations. Okay, so this is our walking path, and this is gonna go around the outer perimeter of Roberts Park. It's just around 2 miles, to complete the track. And, it will be, I believe it's gonna be 8 foot wide. Is that, I think that's right,
This
8
one
foot
is,
wide. And, we will be moving some of our disc golf, which we've been working with our local disc golf club, to get their opinions on some of that. They absolutely love our course. They just requested a few changes, and since we have to make the changes anyways, we're gonna do that. So that's what the pink or the purple and orange numbers are everywhere. That's our disc golf course. Now, I will talk a little bit about what's going on at Roberts Park, and you'll probably see that in the next 2 weeks. We have to remove some trees that are in the location of the walking path and the playground and the skate park. And so we have, some of them are just general trees that are in there, and some of them are memorial trees. I have reached out to everyone that I have a contact for and spoke to the family members, and they understand and understand why we have to do it. They're very excited about the playground and the skate park and the walking path. So we're going to, after we do our grand opening or get close to that, we will be replanting trees for them. And we're probably going to do it in an area near the playground. We may, call it something like Memorial Tree Lane or something like that. But there will be trees, and because of the Indiana bat law, you have to remove trees before March 30th, and then you can't do anything again until November. And so we are in a time crunch to get the trees removed so that we can start all of the work in June. And so that's why we're doing that rather quickly, and so that will be happening in the next 2 weeks.
Back to that second one, John, the overall view of the skate park and playground. Zoom out on that a little bit. So, some of those trees were just moving. We're not completely cutting them down, the memorial trees. We can spade them out because they're small enough. We can spade them out. Some of them we can't, they're too big. But you can see up there by number 15, and we got 19 and 12. You can see that gazebo there at 17, there's a bunch of triangle roads. It's very confusing to navigate. There's nowhere to park, so everyone parks everywhere. You got kids running everywhere. We knew that building an inclusive park and a skate park is going to be a huge draw for this park. I've talked to some mayors who built a very small inclusive park, and they got people driving 3 hours, because kids with disabilities can really use these playgrounds. They're very good for them. So we knew the size of ours and everything we got, it's going to be a big draw. So we wanted to clean up the entryway so it's safer for pedestrian traffic. So you can see there's a crossing up there for the trail. But when you come in, now there's parking spaces. Kids will not be running across the street to get to their vehicles. So we don't like removing trees. I'm a certified arborist, used to be a certified arborist. I don't like doing either. Some of those trees are pretty bad shape, some of them aren't. But this will clean it up for pedestrian traffic, make a lot cleaner view so that we got more parking. So, and it's gonna make the traffic access a lot easier too. So I know we'll hear some about taking some trees down, I get that, but we also want to create a safe environment for the kids. In a place where vehicles can go through, not driving through those triangles, and there's parking everywhere, so. That is a piece of this project as well. And that's the work you'll be seeing coming, is taking some of those trees down. Any other questions from the board, comments?
It's kind of an exciting time right now with River's Edge and these projects that we've been waiting for so long to finally come to fruition.
Yes.
The inclusion park, I think, is really exciting because that can, it's just more availability for more children to enjoy that experience.
Yes, and I do believe, like the mayor said, I do believe that there will be people coming from everywhere because of what we will be able to offer for their children who may not be able to play in their local community, or they might not be able to have the kind of fun that they, that we we will be able to offer, because of all the different varieties. Even the swing sets are going to provide a swing for anyone with disabilities. So everyone will have an opportunity to do any of the pieces that are at the playground. Our zip line will provide a chair, a safe harness chair that they can even use the zip line. So everything will be able to be used by anyone.
That's great. I like that.
And then I have a couple grants that we didn't get down, but it does have to do with it's actually the restroom. So number 15 is our current restroom. We are hoping to remodel that. I do have some money set aside, but in order to hopefully get everything that we'd be able to get, we want to apply for a couple of grants, so I'm asking for permission to do that. The first one is a Lowe's grant, and in that we also are able to ask for help. And so if it's something that they are able to do, then that would be part of it. And so we've asked them for help with the roof. So they would bring in people from their organization to actually help install the roof. And then we have water, electric, sewer, everything. We're hoping for HVAC as well. And so the plan is we have a separate female restroom and a male restroom, and we want to make 2 family restrooms out of one side of that. And so the Lowe's grant was $1 million. There is not a match required. And if we're granted, then we will hopefully be able to utilize some of their employees or construction crew to help with that. So that's the Lowe's grant. Do you want me to say the next one too? Okay. Okay. And then the second one it's called IKIO is the company, but it's actually the EECBG grant. There was funds left, and we can either apply for it on our own or we can go through this company. If we go through the company, IKIO, the grant, there's $200,000 for the grant. If we offer, they also offer a $250 with about 50 of it's the matching part of it. We don't have to apply for it, but they recommend it. I do have that as part of our funding that we have set aside for this restroom. So I could offer that as a match, the $50,000, and then the grant would be for $200,000. They said that if we could offer 50, that would be more beneficial, we would have more of a chance of getting the grant. And then what that would cover would be water, lighting, and HVAC. And then we can also get a quote from this company to install the lighting and HVAC, if we want to put that as part of our request.
So we just need permission to apply for these 2 grants.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. I'm finished talking now.
Thank you. Chief Jones.
Hey,
Hello.
how you doing, Scott?
Good. How's everybody?
Great.
It's kind of hard to go after those fancy presentations. Before I request to do my report before her from now on.
I change the order every week. It's a rotation.
No, the Parks Department has a lot of good things going, so. We did get a new truck, so that's one good thing. All right, we'll start off with the report for January for the fire department. With our overtime, we had a total of $7,341.12. The manpower shortage portion of that was $4,515.57, and then the scheduled overtime was $2,825.55. Moving on to fuel usage, we used a total of 285 gallons of fuel for the month for a total cost of $1,293.85. Total incidents for February, we had 161 incidents. 39 of those incidents were fire or rescue related, 117 EMS related incidents, and we had 5 auto accidents. We had 56 hours of instructive training for February, 48 hours of fire training and 8 hours of EMS training. And we had a total of 11 inspections for the month, and we didn't have any investigation hours for the month. Some things to note there at the end, like I said, we did receive our ladder truck. We had a gentleman from fire service, the company that we bought it from, come down last week and train each shift. One shift got cut a little bit short because of the rain, but for the majority of the functions on the truck, the guys are already familiar with. A lot of them, main truck functions, but a lot of the specific things to that truck, we did a lot of training on. We today took it to Richmond to get the decals put on it. Should have it back probably 2 or 3 days, and then next Tuesday it goes up to get 2 more seats put in the rear of the truck. We had it came with a medical cabinet, and since that truck won't be used primarily on medical runs, we chose to have 2 more seats installed in the rear. So yeah, we'll be excited to get that back and start training on it, to get it in service, do some heavy training on it. It's going to be really convenient on a lot of just regular residential structure fires. We still have our 100-foot platform ladder truck that we use on a lot of large structures, but this truck is a little bit shorter and compact and a lot more maneuverable. So on just your average residential structure fire, it'll be used quite a bit, and we'll be able to get it in tighter spots and be able to use that 75-foot length. So we're really excited to get that and put that to use. Any questions on the truck? A couple more things. I did interview one of our candidates from our last process again, and spoke with our committee and decided to go ahead and send him up for his perf evaluations. Hopefully he gets through those, and we can get him going and get him hired. And then I officially today posted a new process. We're still looking for two candidates. The process will go obviously today through April the 10th will be the last day that we're taking applications. And I have 2 locations they can pick up and drop off. Station 1's one location Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. And they can also pick them up out here at the front window at City Hall, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. Monday through Saturday at Station 1. They can also pick up, drop off at the station on Saturdays. A lot of times it's hard for someone to get somewhere Monday through Friday. So hopefully we get a lot of applicants, and we can select 2 good candidates out of that process. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice, thank you. Chief Scott.
Hello again.
Hello.
For the police department last month, a couple of the calls, majority of the calls we went to last month, we responded to 69 citizen assist calls, 28 domestic related calls. We had 33 accident calls, 4 accident calls with injury, 174 traffic violations last month, 44 welfare checks. Total number of those calls, miscellaneous calls, we responded to over 656 calls of service. We had 188 hours of training last month. Last month's overtime, we had $11,633 in overtime. Within our detective division, we have 4 active investigations, 4 locally going on. Closed 7 of those investigations and made 2 arrests from our detectives division. Drug seizures last month, over 79 grams of marijuana, 9 grams of fentanyl heroin, 11 grams of methamphetamine. A total of 5 guns were taken off the street. Some other miscellaneous pipes, needles, all were recovered and later destroyed. Other than that, I don't have any further. We did do we started our hiring process last Saturday. I had total of 15 applicants. 9 of them showed up. We ran our testing and our agility test up at the high school, and we have 9 still currently in the process, so we're moving quite along with that. Other than that, I don't have anything else to report. Any questions or anything?
It's great that you still have 9 that are.
Yes.
That would be the hard part.
Did any of them have prior experience?
None of our priors they didn't respond to our calls, and we tried. So it looks like we're gonna have to send them through the academy once we complete that hiring list.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Director Wilson.
Evening.
Good evening.
Start with the utilities here. The water plant, we pumped 78.3 million gallons for the month. Our low pump day was 2.513 million gallons, and then our high pump day was 2.981 million gallons. The wastewater treatment plant, we took in a total of 122.91 million gallons for the month. We treated, and what left the plant was 78.22 million gallons. We had a total rainfall of 1.87 inches, and then we used a total of about 7,800 pounds of phosphorus chemicals. That was 0 violations per month. Does anybody have any questions on the utilities? The street department, we just continued to kind of keep up with the storms, the winds, and snowfall here and there, and had to clean up a lot of aftermath of the dump trucks plowing. We had signs tossed over. There was a lot of damage to have to take care of, and we started to get the street sweeper out on those nice days and try to make sure that it was running and didn't need any service prior to going full-time. So it ran well. So I think I commend the mechanics on that one, because typically when we run that thing, we got to work on it for about 3 weeks before we get it out. This year, it went fine. Other than that, I don't think we have anything else from the street department. Compost is opening up Monday the 23rd. So if anybody's asking, it was posted and sent out to the public. So if you get questions, we will be opening for the season on March 23rd, which is Monday, beginning of spring break, I believe. Any questions on the street department? Moving on down to transfer station, we took in a total of 407 tons. Public disposal was 231. Total waste into the landfill was 638. And we served 1,222 customers for the month of February. Any questions? Great.
Thank
Just hope this
you.
weather gets better, right?
Yes.
Any old business? Miscellaneous business? Claims.
Claims for March 16th, 2026, city, let me start over. City, $107,352.78. Payroll, $522,814.26. Utilities, $154,160.46.
Motion to approve the claims.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Go on down to the public. Anyone from the public, anything you want to say? Nope. Take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carried.